Hey guys, Tesh coming at you. Monday, August the 8th, and we're back working on the 60 TR3, trying to get to the bottom of the fuel delivery problems. We think that the fuel pump might be suspect, so we're just going to start the process of getting the pump out of the car. It's a little involved, it's a little tight down there to get hands and tools in. As you can see, there's lots of tubing and wiring and steering racks in the way. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to removing this, but it's got to be done. So I'll see if I can shrink my hands and maybe I'll put them in a bucket of ice water. Anyway, we'll get the tools out and see if we can get that pump off and have a look at it. Alright guys, we'll come back. Alright guys, quick update for you. It's a bit of a challenge to get that pump off, but it's definitely a test in patience. Anyway, it's off, so we'll take it apart and see if we can see anything wrong internally. So that's the next step. We've got it sitting over here on our top of our boxes, so we're going to get a screwdriver out and pop that top cover off and see if maybe the diaphragm's torn or maybe the valves have popped out. Alright guys. Okay guys, quick update for you. We've got the pump apart, and I don't really see anything in particular wrong with this. The diaphragm's not torn in any way, and the pump was actually operating as it should, from what I could tell. Don't see any extra dirt hanging around in the pump. Now the only thing is, I can't get the valves out because this screw, somebody's actually been in here before and they've got to kind of strip this screw out a little bit, so you're going to have a little bit of work. There might be a little dirt on the other side of these valves, so I want to definitely get down there and check that out. But from the top side they look okay. They're still in place. So I think the next step is to try to get that valve out, and we'll have a look at it on the other side. Alright guys, that's where we're at. Okay guys, I've got you propped up on a box here. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. So I couldn't find anything internally wrong in the pump. So I've got a couple of different pumps here. I've got two original pumps, two AC pumps that are original to the cars. And then I've got a new pump from Moss Motors, I think is made in Taiwan. It's a little different than the stock original. It doesn't have the priming lever on it, but anyways, this is just for demonstration purposes. So playing around with pumps, I can see that I think the pump that I just took off the car has a suction problem, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hopefully I'll be able to see this. Okay, so here's the pump we took off the car. This is a lever that goes on the cam, and this is the inlet. So when I use the lever, I should get a bit of suction here. So if I just pump like that, you can see the lever actuating. Hopefully you can see that. So if I stick my finger here, I should get some suction, but I'm not getting any suction whatsoever. So nothing there. You can see that? Nothing at all. Now, if I take the other AC pump that I've got, and I do the same thing, hold my finger here, okay, crank up on that, you can actually see it's got a suction. So if I do the same thing on my Taiwanese pump, alright, this I have to do a manual up on the lever. Same thing. So something internally has gone wrong with this pump that I pulled off the car. So I think what we're going to do is, I've got a couple different choices. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I've got I did order a Facet Cube electric pump. I was thinking of actually putting an electric pump back on this car when I rebuilt this car, and I'm not sure whether I mentioned this or not already, but when I got this car, it came to me with a SU electric pump on the race car that was mounted just in front of the rear driver's side tire on the sort of the kick panel behind the seats, just on the exterior of the car. So I was thinking of reinstalling that Facet pump there, but I don't know. Maybe we'll go back and we'll put the other stock pump on that we have and just see how the car runs in the meantime. That's an option, or the other option is just wait for the Facet to arrive and install that and have done with it. So got a bit of a decision to make, so we'll see. So I've realized within the last couple days I have sort of more of a dilemma than just the question about asking whether I should install the electric pump or just go back to the mechanical pump. So as you recall from the previous video, the reason I went to the SUs or swapped back to the SUs is because I was having problems tuning the Webers. And I started thinking about this over the past couple of days when I had this fuel delivery issue on the SUs. I thought that this condition now might have been sort of a pre-existing condition and the pump was on its way out, and therefore the pump was not delivering enough fuel to the Webers. And that was what was causing them to cut out at higher RPMs. They were just running out of fuel. So now I have a bit of a dilemma, and I guess I have a few questions to ask, and you can comment in the comment section. Be interesting to hear your comments. So there's a couple different scenarios that I can sort of envision. I can keep the SUs, put the other mechanical pump on that I have, and just be done with it. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two is to keep the SUs but put the electric pump on and run with that. Just put a blanking plate over the where the mechanical pump would go. Then I get into scenarios of the other two scenarios. Put the Webers back on and put the other mechanical pump back on, or put the Webers back on with the electric pump. So anyway, I've got a bit of a decision to make. The electric pump's not here anyway, so it should be here probably within the next day or two. So I guess I have about a day or so to decide what direction I want to go. So it'd be interesting to hear in the comments what you guys think I should do. Can't necessarily say that I will do what you want me to do, but it'd be interesting to hear your comments anyway. Alright guys, we'll upload this and let the comments begin.